You tell me.
Glass half full.
Yeah! You got it, baby.
Hello, welcome.
That's the best joke I'm going to do for the whole convention.
Yeah, this is.
Not
You're the
that
top.
good anyway.
You're
But
the
it's
top
not
guy.
bad.
Well, welcome.
So, stepping on Milo's words already. But yeah, I always did that with you.
Of course.
I know him a long time. We met in nursery school.
Marty, is this your first time here in what are you doing?
What's happening?
Is this your first time here in
My
Minneapolis?
first time in Minnesota.
Wow.
Welcome.
And I was really upset. I'm a big baseball fan, and I would love to go to the Twin game, you know? I feel like I know you also. Didn't I meet you before? I think I did. I love it. I just love it that I'm being translated. Anybody cares to translate me? Yes, my first time in Minnesota. She's gonna need a break if this panel.
So Marty, as you said, we've done this before, and it's been a while since we've done it, and I'm gonna just go out there and say it, that I am so glad that we get to do this again, because it got a little bit scary there that you wouldn't be doing conventions and
You
things
weren't
like that.
sure.
Well, you seem to have more, more confidence that you were coming back.
You can talk about it. You weren't sure. I had a stroke. He being shy because he doesn't know if I want to talk about it. Who cares? If I can translate this to more popularity, I'm gonna do it. I had a stroke and it really happened.
Yeah.
I'm still alive.
Absolutely.
That's what
And you're able to come back and meet your fans and talk to them and hear their stories. And with a show like Courage, that's was it 2002?
Oh my God.
2000.
It ended in 2000.
It ended in 2002, and
wow.
still here we are in 2025, still talking about this, Marty.
And people, somebody, Ben Penrod flew me out to do this event. Where is Ben Penrod? Where is he? Where's the guy that made this all happen? I gotta find that guy. I
Yes.
never met him before.
You never met Ben.
I never met the guy.
We'll do it. We'll do it after
I
this.
gotta do it. I gotta do my due diligence, you know? But anyway, so I never would have found that this maybe would ever happen, that somehow 25 years later, an actor just working, doing what he loves to do, you know, loving to just do a role, whatever it is, you know, I somehow got a chance to be the lead character, a cartoon series, and somehow it became popular. I knew it was popular. I just didn't know the far-reaching effects that would happen. That people talking about me, crying sometimes at my booth, because thinking about the Courage got them through very difficult times, you know, and sometimes abuse situations, sometimes, you know, a divorce, and people just anxiety and depression. Somehow the fact that Courage gave them some comfort really moved me a lot when I think. And when Milo said hearing the stories, I hear a lot of stories from the fans about what it was like to basically sit with Grandma and watch the show, and both of them loving it, and Grandma's gone now, but always the memories are there, and it's a beautiful thing. I never would have thought that.
You know,
I think I answered like 3 of them.
Absolutely, yes. You answered like I don't even need these note cards anymore. You answered all of them. No, but there's a lot of folks who, obviously, a lot of fans that come to Twin Cities Con and are excited to meet you, but at the same time, you're excited to hear those stories and connect with them. And I think that is possibly the best part of an event like Twin Cities Con, is you get to connect with the fans who you didn't even know existed, that were out there.
And it's a real thing. I mean, listen, this is a very this is a commercial enterprise, a convention, right? Everything is commercial enterprise. People are paying for everything that they have to that they're going to be doing. So of course, you know, I'm benefiting from this. I'm sending my kid to college on convention money, you know.
Okay.
So that's a beautiful thing for me. But it's so beyond. It's so beyond that commercial situation for me. I'm so much about. I'm grateful for the you people. I'm grateful that you're sharing yourselves with me and opening yourself up to me, wanting to see me, wanting to talk to me, and giving a little piece of a human, interchange. You know, it's a beautiful thing for me, and I never get tired of it. I can do this until 100. Maybe Milo would wheel me out.
100%. I will be there with you 100%.
He might be needed to be wheeled on. You don't know what's going to happen. It's a strange world we live in. Yeah.
And then you mentioned, hey, I knew the show was popular, but when did you realize that the show was popular? Was it while it was airing, or was it after that you realized, oh wow, we really had something there?
So a few things come to mind. Number one, like the reviews. There were reviews that came out. So you read a review and then it's also, it's broadcast over, a far-reaching platform, but not as far-reaching as the platform got today.
Right, of course. Absolutely, of course.
So, but I knew that it was doing well, and the fact that we're going to do it another season. So the fact that they renewed it for season 2 and season 3 and season 4 made me think it must be doing pretty well, But I did hear about it. I did see ads on buses and taxi cabs in New York. I'm from New York, and I've recorded it in New York. So in Times Square, the huge billboard on Courage the Cowardly Dog up in Times Square. So I'm thinking that clearly something's going on here. But I did get a sense of it after it stopped, and it kept being broadcast on, it kept the repeats of them, and a lot of people growing up on the repeats, Essentially, that's what it was. A lot of people, Star Trek fans. So many of the Star Trek fans are either my age or dead, one way or another. It's a depressing thing. This is very depressing.
A little bit.
Pick it up, Marty.
But way to go, Marty. Way to make this an upbeat panel. But anyway, but so many people saw the repeats and became fans all over again. So to me, I'm meeting multiple generations of people, right, that grew up on the show if they were watching it for the first time, and they were. That being said, so the idea that I still didn't have any idea until an agent came up to me and said, we do events, we do convention. I feel you would be good. The convention circuit, people go and fly you out and you sign, and they're talking about the whole thing, breaking it down, and I'd say, really? People would want to get my autograph? People would want to take a picture of me? It's just the voice of the character. They might enjoy meeting me, but they were really they have to meet me? I had no idea. So once I started doing this, it opened up a whole realization how much this show reached people. And I guarantee you, the people that produce the show, the networks, and even now, still don't completely understand how far-reaching the appeal is to the little pink dog. Reach a lot of people's hearts. You know, I'm writing this, you know, as long as I can. It's a beautiful thing for me. But the fact that they still don't understand it. It's the most underestimated project that I ever heard about. But maybe that's part of its appeal.
You mentioned, growing up in Brooklyn. Do you feel that having that New York City and Times Square and things right there, do you think that attributed to you getting involved in the entertainment industry or wanting to be involved in it?
Yeah, I mean, I was an actor, when I was 5 years old with acting and things, I always wanted to do it. I had to do it. It doesn't matter if I got paid or not. It's so funny because so many of the things I didn't get paid for, that I started getting paid as time went on, but a lot of stage work I didn't get paid for. I did some stock companies, but I didn't get paid for those. Basically, New York was a hotbed of acting, and I'm from New York, and it was like New York and LA, and somehow LA was proceeds to be more snooty, the industry. New York is, meat and potatoes, And so I love being in New York and having that, being around a community of actors, it's always been a comforting thing for me.
And then being a working actor, is that where the audition for Courage came from?
Yes. So a friend of mine called me up and actually said, she saw that I had actually, I was doing a comedy act, a sketch comedy act with a partner. We wrote and performed our own sketches, our own little sketches, like a mini Saturday Night Live, only with two people, right? So we did that around New York, and we, at one point, we launched a kind of a off-Broadway show version of our club act, and it got a lot of good reviews. So she read one of the reviews, saw I was still acting, and she called me up, and I said, I read the review, the great, I see you're still acting. And she hadn't spoken to me in over 5 years, so she didn't know what I was doing. So she said, I'm working for this guy, John Dilworth, who's right now is casting for a new cartoon series, Courage the Cowardly Dog. And he has listened to every voiceover actor in the city and even on the other coast, and over 200 voices, and can't seem to arrive at a decision what the character should sound like. So somehow, at this point, I'm reaching out to my friends, and maybe we'll have better luck. So I said, okay, great, the cartoon series. She said, I don't have a script for you, but you need to come tomorrow morning, and all you need to know is that he's a very neurotic dog who's scared of everything, and it's kind of like you, Marty. And it's sounding like you, but I think you would be perfect for this. So somehow he becomes a hero of the third reel. That's an old expression, the third reel. The 11th hour, the third reel. Anything else? Any other non sequiturs? No, that's it.
Oh, yes.
Come on, I'm involving you in the conversation, Milo.
They don't care about me. They don't care about me. They're here for you.
Anyway, so I went in, and it's so funny because this is a good lesson.
Bottom of the ninth. There we
The
go.
bottom of the ninth.
There we go.
Good. Bottom of the ninth. 3 on, 2 outs, 2 strikes.
Oh, okay.
that really goes. The twins are gone, so I can't see the twins. I'm sorry. That's okay. The Mets were gone too soon anyway.
Okay.
So, but that's another story. So the lesson to be learned is I went in very relaxed. The biggest opportunity that I ever have had, and actors are notoriously get nervous. Some of you might be actors and try to do this. So you get nervous going to the big audition, and you have to spend this time and energy making sure that they don't see that you're nervous. So you have to go in, perform, make them like you, and look like you're not nervous. So the energy, disparate energies fighting with one another, right? Essentially. So I went in not nervous at all because I didn't have a script. I knew also that this guy had been auditioning people forever, for months. So at this point, I was going in like, maybe I can rescue this guy from this pain. Maybe I'm just gonna go in and he finally stop auditioning. So I felt like I was gonna help him. That's the way all actors should enter an audition. You got something for them, not you. Please give me the job. You need the job, but please give it to me. Please, I want you to deign to choose me. Instead, I got something for you, and I think you need this, so I'm going to do it for you. So it's empowering in a sense, and it was empowering for me. So I did whatever came to mind. It was very improvisational, and I just started to read whatever he gave me like myself. And the way I'm talking was, whether you realize it or not, with the birth of courage. The only thing was missing is going up here. So all the things I do for love. And then thank you. So I knew I had him. So I never was that, empowered before. It released me to be just who I am, and it's a great thing. And it happened to be just what the doctor ordered for him. It happened to be that. A little bit of kismet, as they say. My mothers used to say, kismet. Anyway, so that's the way that happened.
We have time. If you guys have questions, please feel free to line up. While folks are lined up, I'm going to ask you because does courage occasionally accidentally appear from you every once in a while? Does the as you are in regular conversation?
In regular conversation, it does actually. Sometimes I find myself I find myself looking for words, and I start doing courage because I see that me, the part of me that inspired courage. So here we go.
Hello.
Hello, I'm Alexis.
Hi, Alexis.
Sorry, I'm short. Do you prefer more the courage who in the earlier seasons was having more sentences and had a bit of a stronger, for lack of a better word, personality, or the later on where he was just more secluded to his and the screams?
All right, what do you think the answer is? What do you suspect the answer is? Probably the first one, right?
Maybe, but also
maybe. So what I did, thank you for that, not answering it so definitively. So the thing is, I don't know. I can say why they told me they did it. They told me that it has nothing to do with my performance. It was to do with the writing. That they felt some of the lines were unnecessary because rather than saying, I just gotta say Muriel, just say Muriel, just doing and cut to the chase, that's the Suits thinking. Because you guys watched those early episodes and fell in love with the character when he did have limited, he didn't talk a blue streak, but he did have some more lines. So you fell in love with that character who also did the screaming and also did, the vocal histrionics, so to speak. Good word, right? So, another good word.
Yes.
Anyway, so,
like a vocab.
yes, I loved it more in the first season. My ego was hurt but it was more challenging to keep the character alive without the words. So, occasionally, they had me sing Muriel somehow. So one of the episodes that 1, 2, 3, 4, those are words. So I don't know, it's always a discussion. Courage talks, courage not talk. Is Courage a talking dog like Scooby? Or is he, are you hearing what he's thinking? By the way, they tried it that way. Originally, in the early phases and the animatic, they tried it that having the mouth not move, so like almost the thought balloons in the comics, and the problem is you didn't know where the sound was coming from. Like it was confusing. So they started to have to say the words, and it was an ongoing, never-ending debate. But here I am.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello, what's your name?
Hi, my name's Jordan. My question is, what was your favorite / most impactful episode for you to record in the entire show? The best one you can remember, at least.
Three of them actually. One of them is Freaky Fred because after the fact. After the fact, once I heard the music and once I heard the voice of poor Scheffler, who we're trying to get a tour with me next year, that would be a good thing we got him going. Okay. But so I love Freaky Fred because he had a feeling of almost literary sensibility to it, right? Mm-hmm. I also was very touched by the Hunchback of Nowhere.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that was a good one.
It was a little bit like not conventional, a typical Courage episode.
Yeah.
But it's so touching. It told me the heart of this character, the heart of John Dilworth, the heart of the show, period, that allowed for something so beautiful, that embracing this disfigured creature and being his friend. And Courage needed a friend too, but it's a beautiful thing. And of course, the third one is the first episode, The Shadow of Courage, because that's the first episode.
Exactly.
It's an amazing thing.
Oh, the last one's definitely my favorite too. So thank you. Appreciate
Thank you so much.
it.
Bless you.
Hello, what's your name?
Dan.
Hi, Dan.
So my question is there a favorite scream of yours that you did for Courage that when you saw animated later on you were just dying because it was...
Yeah, the scream that I like most of all is the ones that start at the end of a long hallway, and you hear me. You see the screaming Courage, the visible screaming Courage, like that popped up like a puffer fish thing, stripes and everything. So you hear it like this. Slow to coming closer, it's closer, and then going past you. I love that one.
Amazing, thank you.
Whoa.
Hello again,
Good to
Mohammed.
see you, Muhammad.
So, someone already beat me to the favorite episode question. So, favorite antagonist from Courage the Cowardly Dog and why?
Favorite antagonist, with the exception of Freaky Fred, so, unpleasant. Unpleasant.
And naughty.
Kind of perverse a little bit. You don't know why somehow it is, but actually I have a special feeling for cats. Because he's so calm, and everything is so calm, and Courage is screaming. Courage, he never raises his voice about this.
And the jazz music.
I love that.
Bravo to Paul Schaefer.
Absolutely.
Thank you, sir.
Pleasure. Good to see you, Muhammad.
Hello, what's your name?
Hi, I'm
That
AJ.
one.
AJ.
I just have a question for you. It's someone already took my favorite episode question, as I'm sure many others. Do you have an episode that you didn't care for? Maybe once it was done, that you kind of thought,
Not an episode, but I had every episode I enjoyed doing, but one episode there was I don't even know what the episode was, but it's something about Courage at popping up from the ground. I don't know how he got there, maybe through a tunnel or something, to the ground. His head in a dark forest.
yeah,
And is scared, and he looks around, and he goes, they told me just the word is that's all. So I remember they said, so we need to hear from you a combination of wonderment and fear. All right. See, I'm getting the wonderment, but I'm not getting the fear. Now you're pushing it. I'm getting the fear, not the wonderment.
Okay.
Now you lost courage. You need to raise the bar. We did it, maybe 20 takes of this thing, over and over again. And at the end, I would see people talking behind the glass, because I was in the studio, in the recording booth, and the people are out there, the director consulting with the vocal director. So you can't hear them when they're speaking until they press a button. Right, so go to number 4. All right, so I would see this happening. Try it again. At a certain point, a long one, after what I felt like, take 20, and they, long one, that's okay. We always have it in the library anyway. In the library of sounds anyway. So if all that work, we could just get it from the library anyway. I hated that.
Makes sense.
thank you so much.
Pleasure.
Hi, my name is James.
James.
I'm here. My wife is one of the new generations of Courage fans, by the way, thanks to the reruns. So we've been enjoying the show a lot lately.
Love this.
One thought I had was sort of, it's more of an open question, but like, could you say anything more about just like the general like weirdness of the show? Like, having seen it as a kid and looking back, like it's such a weird show, you know, with like, it's like Tiny Tim and Twin Peaks and that kind of a stuff. Like,
Right.
Did you guys ever have any like conversations around that, or can you kind of elaborate on
I
that?
mean, I just remember looking at the first episode, and thinking, part of the weirdness is the music. Jody Gray and Andy Estra's music, and it created the weirdness, or it fed the weirdness, but definitely weird thing, and definitely some lines and things that actually kind of with wink wink for kids, but wink wink adults could like it too. Kind of like Bugs Bunny for me, a little bit like for kids, but adults get a kick out of it too. So I feel we were talking about that. But the weirdness actually, I think, really made it stand apart. The weirdness in general. And the fact that they somehow, it was funny, it was scary, and it was touching all at the same time. So there was moral sensibilities in that show, right? So all of these weird creatures somehow come out of the little place in the normal house, little farmhouse in the middle of nowhere. All of these strange things happen. Says something to you about the nature of existence, maybe far-reaching, but it does say something about the nature of existence, that strangeness can be under every rock. There is something strange hiding. So, just in case you wanted to completely shield yourself from this, it's just an illusion, like the Matrix, right? So I'm getting very heavy here, but it's a little bit Matrixy in a way, so that I can keep going with.
No, thank you very much.
Thank you. Hello, what's your name?
Hi, my name is Alex.
Hi, Alex.
Welcome to Minnesota. I'm so glad you could make it, Marty.
Thank you.
My question is, I know you probably have gotten this a lot, like of people asking, and then I'm sure there's been interest of like Courage being rebooted or something like that.
Yeah.
But my question specifically has to do with wondering, since even the original show, you mentioned like Hunchback of Notre Dame, and then you got like parodies or homages to kind of classic horror or other things like Wizard of Oz too, amongst others. And my question is, could you see like Courage in scenarios that are like homages or parodies of like recent horror stuff that has come out recently, like The Substance or Sinners or Weapons or something like that?
Oh man. You might have stumped the professor, but actually, because it's funny, because modern horror has something that kind of deeply ensconced darkness that really goes beyond some of the, what I see, Hereditary and Midsommar, and these dark things. The Descent, what is it? The Beyond, some. All of those really frightening things. So the problem is that they're kind of heavy. So it's hard to put Courage into, like, very serious, taking the horror very seriously. So unless you do Scream, and not so modern anymore, unfortunately, the reality of that, because there's humor in the Scream. There's humor, there's violence and scary stuff, but it's funny also. So without humor, it's hard to really envision Courage doing anything like that. But if you wanted Courage to go back just a little bit, I would love Courage to somehow be integrated into the old Universal horror films, like Frankenstein, Dracula, the Wolfman, and of course, the Mummy. We got the Mummy people are here, right? I'm signing right next to 3 of the Mummy people, so they're not here yet. I think they're here tomorrow, right? Let's see what happens tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, what's your name?
My name is Julie. Welcome, Marty. I'm a huge fan of yours.
Thank you.
Most of the questions that I was going to ask have been taken up, this question's kind of odd, but for the episode of the Ball of Revenge where Eustace is down in the basement with all of the villains trying to seek revenge on Courage, what made you able to scream for that long trying to save Ariel?
Oh, that's a good one. Oh, that's a good one.
Some of you were here in front of my table, right? When I talked about this earlier, right? That's why they're laughing. So I actually was talking about this. I remember 21 seconds. And after the 21 seconds, I remember going, ooh, like that, right? 21 seconds. So this is apparently a 40-second screen. So I know no way I did that for 40 seconds. With that ferocity, and then, so I know they put it together, they spliced it together, I had to, but they kept my 21-second one, which I think is long enough. And they also kept me going, whoo. So, God bless them. The magic of post-production.
Thank you so much, Marty.
Thank you. Hello, what's your name?
Hello, my name is Rihanna, and my question is for you, is what cartoon character from Cartoon Network would you like to see Courage meet, like Jake the Dog from Adventure Time or any of the others?
I would like Courage to meet, had to be Cartoon Network one, right?
Yeah.
I would say I would like Courage to meet Johnny Bravo.
Right there.
I would like that, because he's so, I think Johnny can do something for Courage.
That's
Thank you
good.
so much.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello, my name is Valeria. Thank you for being here. I would never have come to this place if it wasn't for you.
Are you talking about
The whole thing.
Minnesota? Is that
No.
what you're talking? I would have never come to this place.
Never come to this place. The convention.
The convention,
Okay.
yes.
Where is Ben Penrod? I want Ben Penrod to hear this.
So thank you for that. My question is, which is your favorite phrase or sound from Courage?
I always have a liking to, I have a feeling something bad is going to happen. I just like that.
Okay, thank you. That was my question.
Thank you. All right, we have our last question here. Hello, what is your name?
My name is Garrett.
Garrett?
So we've talked a lot about things that you liked, a couple things you didn't like. Is there anything you did for Courage that just stuck in your gut, anything that made you feel uncomfortable?
Anything that made me feel uncomfortable.
Any of the episodes? Anything that sat with you in a way that that was genuinely unsettling to participate in as a character?
When I watched Freaky Fred, it did do the after the fact.
Yeah.
When I saw it, it made me uncomfortable because I really felt like almost. Then I grew to love it begrudgingly, but it's very unpleasant. Very unpleasant, and the moment with Freaky Fred, when he's looking at, when there was a little glass jar on one of his shelves with some unidentifiable furry something inside the jar with a swirl in it, like it was something, but didn't know what it was. The music and the camera went up close to it, and oh my God, what was that thing? Really unpleasant.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Before we wrap up, do you have any other upcoming projects or anything that you wanna talk about?
So
social
just
media?
if you at the time, I'm doing a lot of short films. I didn't. the short film world is something that you can just get out there and you don't have to wait to get the exact right thing to happen, somebody to hire you to do it, you know. So I did produce a short film when I star in, where I played the late great Hunter S. Thompson, as an older man, and I produced it, I started it, and I co-wrote it with my director, and it went to 20 film festivals, it got numerous awards, so now it's on YouTube, so anybody can just access it. Just type in Marty Grabstein, Hunter S. Thompson, and the film will come up. The link to the film would come up, and you can just watch it. It's 18 minutes. It's funny. It's I think it's very good. I'm very proud of it. And just in case you want to know, the name of it is called Hunter is Fucked. The word fucked, the C and the K are starred out, the asterisks, to hide them, as if it had been censored. So a Hunter is F'd, so you can see that. But please feel free to watch it and, you know, say hello to my little friend.
Are you going back to your table now after this?
I'm going back to my table. Did I just say that?
You did. Well, if you haven't had
my film with my little friend.
If you haven't had a chance to come hang out and meet Marty and hear some more stories, please do so at the table. Thank you, Marty, for hanging out with us, and thank you all for hanging out with us on day one of Twin Cities Con.
Okay, and that's it.